So this is our first coin that we're going to start with. You can't see very much at all. You can tell that this is the bust size, just, but not much else. It's had a good soak now for 5 days. So let's start with the bust side. We're just going to dip our earbuds. I'm not sure they're supposed to be called earbuds because you're not supposed to put them in your ears, but dip that in our deionized water, and we're just going to take any surface crud that's loosened from the good soak, and you can see there's quite a bit. Dip the other end, see if it carries on getting dirty, or no, you can see it's now slowing down. So I might as well do the other side with that. That's not revealing an awful lot. But that's taken what had lifted off. So then we'll take our composite cleaning pencil. At this stage I'm not worried about having a particular point on it or anything. We're just trying to do a bit more bulk removal of anything that's going to move on us. And at this point we don't really know what the coin's going to be like, whether it's going to have a nice hard patina on the coin, or whether the coin's going to be flaky or what. So we'll just work a small area and see what we get. Just let the coin just dry out a little bit, just so that I'm not sort of going gooey and mud, because then you're going to grind that into the coin. So we'll just let it dry just a little bit, and then we go lightly. You can hear there's some scratchy noise. So that tells us that there's dirt that's coming up. If we get a squeaky noise, it's more that the coin's got a hard surface, which is nice. Makes generally those coins come up a bit better. So I'm just going to work little small circles and get some of that off. And this takes ages. But you can see there's little flakes popping off. And you do a little bit like that, barely half the coin. And then if you give it a little brush, hopefully we'll start to see, start to see something starting to appear just on the legend there. So I'll carry on. I'll put it over to time lapse so you haven't got to see me do this for the next hour or so, and we'll see what we can get on the bust side. Right, see you in a bit. So that's made a start on it. That didn't take too long actually. It took about 20 minutes, I think, to get to that stage, and we're getting a very reasonable coin. There was a couple of areas where almost as soon as I touched it, I started to sort of show a little bit of bronze through, which I don't like to happen, but it's just a little bit on the letters there, a little bit on his diadem, but it's got good detail. I'm happy with that so far. We're having to now go at it. I've sharpened up the tip of my tool and just trying to get into the centres of the lettering and around the lettering carefully. I don't want more of the bronze to start showing through if I can help it. Just going at it very carefully. You know when you're on the crusty stuff, you can hear it. You hear it sort of scratching and the white coming away. Just keep painstakingly tickling it. This is the very therapeutic part. If you don't have any patience, this may not be for you, or it might teach you some. But it does take a long time, and then you start to not see what you're doing because of all the dust and muck. Just got a very soft toothbrush, and then it comes up, and a little finger wipe just highlights a little bit further, just so you can see where you're trying to get into. I really could do with a coin vise, but I haven't got one. Eventually I hope to, but it's just a matter of getting in there bit by bit. All the time you can hear there's crust in there, crud build up in there. You can just keep tickling it, brush it back and do a bit more. I'd already on this video you just saw tried to sharpened up the nib and then try to get into that ear a little bit, and it did reveal an extra detail in the ear, a little inner ear detail. You think how small that is. And around his eyes there's always a little recess, and the pupil you can get in there. Now the diamond dust tipped tools that I got sent, I know would be good at getting that, but this coin doesn't seem to have a thick patina to it, and I don't want for my first coin used with it to destroy straight through that patina layer if I can help it. So I'm going to go with what I know with for now and just use the fibre tips from the pens. They come with brass inserts, which are quite good at getting the flaky stuff off if you've got a coin with flaky crust on it, for flicking that off. And there's also a black one, but I've never really worked out when to use the black one. So if anybody has got some experience with these, then let me know what you use the black one for. Little beading going there. So this is nearly as far as I'll go with this side now for today, and it'll go back in soak for a few days because it takes ages for the water to penetrate through. I know there's people out there that clean coins that don't use water at all, but I've tried going at coins without water, and it seems very, very harsh on the coin because you really feel like you're having to press to get through that hard crust, whereas if you soak it in deionized water, make sure it's deionized or a very, very pure water, because you don't want to have anything that's all the horrible stuff in your drinking water, fluoride and stuff, to affect the surface of the coin at all, leaving deposits and what have you. Lovely bit of detail there on his. He's even got a little brooch on the top there. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, so make sure you use deionized water. So we'll go back into soak for another 2 or 3 days, and this area around here will hopefully soften a little, and then I can have another go at that. So that's as far as I'm going to take this side for now, and then I'm going to put you back on time lapse, and we'll see what comes up on the back. I've got no idea, I can't see anything really there, nothing at all. So that's the fun of maybe one standing figure, I don't know. Right, let's have a look, see what slowly appears. So that's come out really well. Big fat fingers. So I'm happy with that. That's a good start. So we can now see that that's an angel figure. Of course she's got a name, but at this point, I don't know. And the head side, the bust side is beautiful as well. So these are the A1 class coins that they sell, and they're $4.99, and that's worth every penny of $4.99 to me. There was nothing on that coin when I started. No one could have known what was under there. So you know you've got a chance of something good. It could also have been a bit worn, but that's the chance you take. If you buy one coin and hope to get something like that on your first coin, then you might be disappointed. Buy a few, you're going to get a few. So we had 10 coins, and this is our first one, so I'm really happy with how this one's turning out. The patina on this side seems much more stable than it was on the top of this bust side. So we're going to carry on. We've just sharpened our tip with a little bit of sandpaper again, and now I'm just going to go into some of the little details, some of the areas where you know something's going to come out. So I'm just going to spend another half hour or so, probably not that long actually, 10 minutes or so, and go across the legend carefully. Some of the details all over that side. I might have another little go on the bust side, and then it will go into soak, but it won't go back in the A pot. It'll now start a B pot, so we'll know they're coins that we've made a start on and are ready for the next stage. That saves having to keep thumbing through them all. But as you can see, there's little bits of dirt coming up. So I'll do a bit more of this, and then I'll show you before it goes back in for a soak, just to try and get some of this stuff that was buried a bit deeper, get that softened, make it easier to get off without having to really scrub at it and then damage the coin and the patina any further. Right, I know it's therapeutic for me, maybe it is for you watching. Let me know what you think. We just slowly work, and it's really hard to stay in one area and just find myself floating around the coin. I see a bit and think, oh, I'll just try in there, and oh, just a little bit under her armpit or whatever. But you should really be very meticulous. I am in the end. I get it all off in the end, but I tend to wander around the coin a bit. Right, let's do a bit more. I'll see you in a minute. So we're going on to the next stage. It's just come out of the water again after it's had a soak, and we know it's, well, you can read it quite clearly when you zoom in on it. You can see it says Valens, so that's a ruler that I've not been lucky enough to find, something different. And then on the back, standing winged figure holding a wreath. So I'm just going to now try and use the new diamond encrusted pin that's come from the Roman coin bank. As we've already taken off some of the patina on a couple of the high spots, it's a coin I don't mind if this isn't exactly the tool that we should be using, but I'm going to give it a go and just see if we can get some of the extra crud out from around some of the lettering, and then we're good to go, and then we'll have a wax up. So let's see what we can do. So this is as far as I'm going to take it. Get a lovely bust there, diademed head facing to the right. See there, Valen, from the Emperor Valens. And then on the other side we've got Victory going to the left. She's holding a palm frond in her left hand. Looks more like a knife, but I can tell you there are little bits off. You can see it's a palm frond, and in her other hand she's just got a wreath, laurel wreath, and her wing coming down lovely. So I'm not very good with my Roman, but you can read it that side, and it's something Republic, and I think that's Rome mint. If I'm wrong, let me know. Stick it in the thing and tell me off. I don't care. Broad shoulders. I'm learning as I go. You don't start a professional, do you? Let's face it. So there's quite a lot of shine on this coin. There's a little spotlight directly overhead that is picking up those high spots, but I'm very happy with that. It's a lovely little coin. And now we're just going to put a little bit of the wax on here. We've got our Roman coin bank microcrystalline wax, and we'll put this on, let it soak, and then buff it back, and then it still takes a little while just to absorb into that patina layer, and then it will preserve it for many years to come. And then I can enjoy the coin for hopefully many years. So let's we're just going to take a little bit, just not very much, and just liberally put that on, and we'll just let that soak. So give that a few minutes to soak. Do the other side. You don't need much, just a little smear. Get that on there. And this will create a nice barrier to the coin surface. Just going to do some on the edge. Don't forget the edge of your coins. So that'll do for now. We'll just let that soak in a bit. You can see it sitting on the surface there. So we'll leave that and then come back to you and give it a buff. So that's had a few minutes to soak in, and then with a microfiber cloth, I'm just gonna give it a polish up, take the excess off. And there you go, that's taken some of that ultra shine off of it and given it a more matte finish and a nice even tone. So I'm well happy with that. That's our first coin gone really well. So we've gone from something that was, well, you can even see which side of the coin was which, to something that's more than pleasing. Yep, I'm going to put that in a little coin capsule, and that will go and become the start of my collection. I'm going to keep all my found coins, my metal detector coins, separate from my purchased and cleaned coins. So, yeah, we'll make a little label that tells us that this is Valens and the year and bits and bobs, because I'd have forgotten by the time I've had my breakfast tomorrow. And yeah, loving it. So here we go. We've got these capsules. We're just going to put the coin in the foam, nice and neatly in the middle, and then pop that in our capsule base. Lid on. There you go. All nicely popped in there safely. Can't run around, and then it's going to go in our case. So there you go. Coin 1. Just need to put a little label in there in a bit to tell me about it, and then I'll put them in date order as we clean coins and pop them in. So number 1. Lovely. And if you want one of these, you can get them from Amazon. If you follow my Amazon link, you can buy them from there, and then I get a little tiny, and I mean tiny, 0.5%, 1% rake back, cash back on those purchases. And you can buy anything you like from the link. It hasn't got to be things that are in my shop. So if something else catches your eye, or you're just an Amazon buyer and you want to help my channel, you don't have to directly give me money. Just by using the link and then buying your Amazon goods, you'll be helping me. And then all Roman coin bank for your coins, for the different diamond encrusted pins, or even they do the full range of the composite cleaning pencil. Then go to them for all your bits and bobs. Again, I get a tiny bit back, which I'm going to use to buy myself a microscope and a coin clamp. So they're my next things I need to buy. There's always something to buy in life. So I hope you've enjoyed this channel. Use the QR code at the end to go straight there on my link, or if you look in the description below, you'll find a link there to go through to the Roman coin bank, where you can get yourself some microcrystalline wax. That's a fair tub, 60ml tub. It's £4.50, so you can't go far wrong. That's going to last. That will pretty much last any collector a lifetime, I would have thought. It's not something you're going to be buying tins and tins of, so very little outlay. And then you can get yourself some coins. So the coin that I cleaned was one of their A1 rated coins. I don't see the point in trying to clean some of the real grotty ones just to try and get something off of them, but if that's what you want to do, then you can buy those for, they're about £1 each, whereas you pay £4.99 for the better grade. For me, if I'm going to spend, I mean, that coin I suppose in total took about an hour. If you're going to do that, spend an hour, then you might as well have spent £4.99 and have a nice coin at the end of it, like the one that we had. So thank you all for watching, and there will be many more of these over the time. So if you've got any tips to help me, or you want to know something more, then please drop a message below. I'll answer everything, unless you're nasty and cruel, in which case I will just plain ignore you. So if you get ignored, you'll know that you're not going to ever be my friend. So take care, and see you all soon.